Today, Precarious plays
Metroid Prime. I did a little bit of looking around and I noticed two things. One, this area is gorgeous.
It is.
Two, you're not on the map.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yes, and also, I think it's a gorge.
Well, I mean, it's Grove, but a gorge is pretty close.
Yeah, but it would be. I thought I was hoping
Oh,
that it was a gorgeous.
because then it could be gorgeous, a gorgeous gorge.
Yes.
I see.
I love it when language gets all funny like that. I think that is a common thing in all the languages that I've come across so far. Ooh, spookies.
Now, because I've been fumbling my dex checks all day, I'm gonna try to stay up here. And oh, hi guys! Got close
Looks like
really
they'll
quickly.
Special delivery. Come right to ya. Maybe you put your visor on so
Yeah.
you can see the things.
Soon. I need to. Here we go. Okay.
There you go. Got it. Got this. Oh wow! Did you see that? You can see your bones.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh my god, what happens if you look at your arm? I mean, don't do it right now, but I want to see the inside of your beam cannon. Do you even have an arm? No, you must have an arm because when you come out of your power suit, you have an arm.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Just because think about what she probably looks like inside the morph ball. She's just energy.
Ooh.
I think it probably would have been a cool, nice touch if whenever her arm is in her power beam and you look at it in the X-ray visor, it's just like a swirling, like, field of energy.
That would be really cool. I wonder. Oh man, we're all Stardust. Okay, sorry. I just had a very trippy moment. That's amazing. Just thinking about how Samus in the morph ball works. There's
Can we get him?
the
There you go.
culture
Got
that
him.
made that technology for her must grasp the essence of what it is to be in a way that we can't possibly comprehend
Yet.
yet.
Yeah, because she can become energy, and one can assume that it is the same Samus that comes out. So
Yeah.
they somehow preserve her awareness and consciousness, even though she's just energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
Wow, so that means... I mean... Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I like science.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat. Useful for answering questions and asking questions that seem unanswerable until we can figure some shit out. I like science. But one thing that I'm not... that I'm like deeply interested in but also afraid of but also not sure of, like one thing that I spend a lot of time thinking of that is pretty solidly unanswered is the nature of what people would call like a soul or the consciousness or whatever makes you yourself. There are a lot of people working on different things that are just all pieces of the same puzzle, you know, thought patterns, nature versus nurture type of stuff. Whether what makes you yourself is more genetic or more environmental, you know, that type of thing. And I find that type of research really interesting because there's just so much of it to do and it's really hard to pin down and it's just complicated and I don't understand it. And I tend to like things I don't understand because they like make my brain itchy. Yes. So like, I get all excited about the potential of figuring out, answering questions like that. So this bird race that Samus was raised by must understand on a fundamental level at least the basics of what makes up a consciousness, a soul, whatever you want to call it, which is really crazy to me. And I think that maybe the pirates can't make the morph ball because they don't understand.
Oh, that's sort of pretty when you say it like that.
Yeah. So the people who have a better grasp on their soul are the good guys.
Or that's a bunch of bullshit, and maybe what they really understand is just how to make a swarm of tiny machines that can just recreate all of the neural links between all of the neurons in her brain.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's just neural links or not. That's still whatever it is that makes you yourself. Even if it's just a bunch of neural links, that's the human soul. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, so now that I have the grappling beam, I can go back there, and I might as well try going this way too. First. Because maybe that's just an exit. Maybe I can use that as an exit.
Yeah. Well, and the whole morph ball thing and being disconstructed into energy and then coming back from it, it just, I don't know, it just goes back to my general love for fiction. Because it gives you space to contemplate that without having to deal with too many rules. So that when people go back and try to do a thorough examination in real life of things that are mysterious and wonderful, they're not as limited by what they're used to. Like, fiction offers us a place to think about crazy shit. And I think that fiction and science kind of pull each other along constantly.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. Love it! I mean, even the way that people used to describe magic in fantasy novels in the 70s versus today is different because of how we perceive and talk about these concepts. Like, because of research that's been done.
And just think about the first things that were recorded that we have information on. Like, the whole reason that we can record, it's because somebody looked at an object and they just said, I want to have like a copy of that. I'm gonna have a recreation of that so I can recollect on it later. So anytime you write something, it was art first.
Yeah. Pictorial representations and then symbolic abstractions. That's
not to say that it was, like, I'm not trying to imply that it is superior because it was first. It's just important to think somebody invented writing for that reason and then someone applied it scientifically eventually. And I was just trying to illustrate that from the beginning there's that switch, that back and forth of advancement.
Yeah. Because the more stuff that you can imagine, the more things you can test.
Okay, that time you saw her raise her hand, right?
I think that the controller did.
I kind of hope that it's me. I kind of hope that I'm doing something incorrectly. Like, maybe in Metroid Prime, the original, it's just not as free-flowing and dynamic as it is in the later games. Like, maybe I'm supposed to stand still, aim directly at it, and then grapple to it. Because we don't have a second nunchuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Standing, pointing straight at it, holding the button down. I think I was just using it inappropriately. I think I was trying to use it more like Ratchet uses his in Ratchet and Clank.
Where you, like, kind of touch it and you let go and it just lets you go at that point in the jump and you complete the arc.
Well, Ratchet's swing shot is just much more forgiving with regards to when you can start grappling. I think that the problem was that when I first hit the button, I was in the right spot to begin a grapple, but by the time, or before the animation had completed, I had fallen out of range. So I'll just try and be more mindful of that in the future. So,
I can't believe I was this excited about the grappling hook right now.
whoa, no, look, it's still fun. I think that I don't think I'm respecting its limits yet. And I need to play around with it a bit more and see what I can get away with. Because maybe you just have to, maybe if you just like jump really strongly with the double jump towards the grappling point, you can grapple stuff in midair and then just start a swing.
We'll see.
We'll see.